boys and girls, today we are reading Corduroy's Christmas Surprise because the holidays are upon us. There was only a week until Christmas and Corduroy could hardly wait. This was one of the best times of the year. Corduroy loved the smell of his Christmas tree. He loved taking the ornaments and lights out of the closet. He loved stringing popcorn and berries and trimming the tree. And that was only the beginning. Corduroy's list of fun things to do at Christmas time went on and on and on. Here he is. Looks like he's having a great time. This year, Corduroy thought to himself, well, Christmas was going to be even more fun than usual. His best friends, Mouse, Rabbit, Dolly, and Puppy, were coming over to spend Christmas Day at Corduroy's house, and he had little gifts for his guests, so he pulled out the wrapping paper, tape, and ribbons. Wrapping presents always got Corduroy into the holiday spirit. That reminded Corduroy that he hadn't written his letter to Santa. What did he want for Christmas? Well, thought Corduroy, it would be fun to have ice skates this winter. He could use a new sweater. Oh, and he had always wanted a train set. And a new ball would be nice, too. Corduroy wrote his letter in his neatest, best printing. Just then, the doorbell rang. Ding dong! Corduroy put down his letter and went to the door, and there were Mouse and Rabbit. And Puppy was standing in front of his house. They were singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." When the carolers had finished, Puppy said, "Corduroy, grab your coat and come with us. We'll go caroling at Dolly's house next." So Corduroy did just that. He put on his coat and scarf, and the four friends made their way over to Dolly's house. As they began to sing, Dolly opened the door, and she looked so surprised. Then Dolly invited them all inside. "I'm putting the finishing touches on my gingerbread house," she said. "Why don't you four come in and help me?" A real homemade gingerbread house? Corduroy had to see this. And what a gingerbread house it was. It had lots of windows and fancy front door and a chimney. Corduroy could hardly believe his eyes. Rabbit said he could use a new sweater. Mouse said a brand new ball would be fun. Corduroy didn't see anything. How could he tell them that he had written to Santa and asked for all of those things? Back at home, Corduroy found his letter to Santa right where he had left it, and he decided to make a few changes. What if there weren't enough presents to go around? What if Corduroy got what he wanted, but his friends didn't? So Corduroy pulled out a new piece of paper and wrote another letter to Santa, and this is what it said. "Dear Santa, please bring ice skates for Dolly, sweater for Rabbit, trains for Puppy, and a ball for Mouse. I don't really need anything this year. Thank you, Corduroy." Sorry, friends, I page that. Sometimes that happens. Corduroy put his letter in an envelope. In his neatest, best printing, he addressed it to Santa Claus at the North Pole. He stuck a stamp on it and sealed the letter shut. Then Corduroy pulled on his coat, scarf, and his boots, and he walked outside to the mailbox and dropped the letter inside. He hoped Santa would get it before Christmas. A few days later, it was Christmas Eve. The very next morning, Corduroy's friends would be coming over to celebrate with him. Corduroy was getting ready by baking Christmas cookies. He hoped he had made enough. Look at all these Christmas cutouts, friends. I hope some of you were able to make Christmas cutouts and cookies with our time we're spending at home. Before Corduroy knew it, it was time for bed. But first, he had two important things to do. He hung his stocking on the mantle, and he left milk and cookies on the table for you-know-who. Maybe Santa wouldn't be bringing anything for him, Corduroy thought, but he was so happy that his friends would get exactly what they wanted. Then Corduroy climbed into bed, and all night long he dreamt of the happy looks on his friends' faces when they opened their presents on Christmas morning. Look at that, friends. Who's coming down their chimney? The next morning, Corduroy sat up in bed and rubbed his eyes. It was Christmas Day. It had finally come. Corduroy looked out the window to see a crisp, sunny day and a fresh blanket of snow on the ground. Then Corduroy rushed out into the living room to find lots of toys and presents under the tree. And he could see that there was one labeled for Mouse and one for Rabbit. There was one for Dolly and Puppy. And could it be there was one for Corduroy too? And extra presents for each of them. Corduroy was so surprised. Look at his face, boys and girls. Remember we've been talking about looking surprised at school? His mouth is open, his eyebrows are up. Oh, he looks just like what we say. Now he really couldn't wait for his friends to arrive. Here they are, look at. Once everyone had come, they all sat down together by the tree and opened their presents. Dolly got ice skates and a scarf. Rabbit got the sweater he wanted and a picture book too. And Puppy got the train set of his dreams and a new hat. Mouse got a ball and some warm winter boots. And Corduroy got ice skates and a sweater. How in the world did Santa know what he wanted? But really, Corduroy thought to himself the best Christmas gift of all was that he was surrounded by his friends on Christmas Day, and they were all so happy. That made Corduroy happy too. He would have to write one more letter to Santa to say thank you for the best Christmas ever. And look at these faces, boys and girls. They look so happy. They're smiling. Their eyes are wide open. Oh, well, I hope that you are all smiling and having a very happy day as well. See you soon, friends.